Welcome back. It's 2026. It's been a whole year since we've streamed, and I'm just going to say it. We're so back. This year, now trading green. Oh my. No, I'm not even going to pretend. We got a lot to talk about. 2025 came to an end, and honestly, surprised everyone. I don't think a single person expected this year to close red, or last year. It's going to take a bit to get used to close red at the beginning of the year. All of the expectations were high. Our hopes couldn't really have been higher, and we got something new. The 4-year cycle may be broken. We have the full history of Bitcoin behind us, and we can see this doesn't really fit the pattern that we would have expected or that we've seen over the years. A red candle, a red year, followed by 3 green years, and basically rinse and repeat. 2025 closing red has some very interesting implications. I think without being able to know exactly what that means, the best way to put it is that things are a little different. They're different, at least when we look back 12 years. We've seen something new. Bitcoin has never closed 2 red yearly candles in a row, so let's knock on wood and cross our fingers and pray that we don't get that this year. We are in some very interesting territory. On top of the cycle potentially being broken, we've never seen a yearly candle close like this. A thin body, top wick and bottom wick. This is new. The closest things we've had in the past maybe have been like 2021, but this is different. This is a 60% candle versus 6%. We have definitely entered uncharted territory, and I have really no context to understand this through. We're going to have to take this 1 month at a time, 1 day at a time, and break it down. No matter what happens in this year, whether it's good or bad or in the middle, we're going to be here live. We're going to be a voice of calming logic and reason. We're going to be doing analysis. If things get really boring, maybe we'll be doing some more non-crypto charts. We'll find out. But we're going to go over what happened at the end of last year. We're going to look into the future of this year, at least as far as we can try to. And as we are here, I want to thank each and every one of you for being here in 2026. I'll say this, almost no matter what happens this year is going to be better than last year. Last year set a very low bar, and maybe we should be thankful for that. That bar, so very low, so tiny, microscopic, that this year is almost certainly set up for better stuff. I don't know. If you see above me, we're at 199,903 subscribers. So we didn't quite make it at the end of New Year's Eve, but we'll hit it today. Like what? The next 24 hours at the latest, we're going to hit 200,000. So I want to thank everybody for that on YouTube. You guys are the best. Humbled, honored, grateful for each and every one of you that tune in and any value that I can offer you. Let's jump into the year on a good foot. 1, our channel is sponsored. It is supported by our exchange partners in the video description below, FEMEX and BYDeFi. Shout out to them. Sign up with them. No KYC. It helps support the channel. You're looking for exchanges anyway. And 2, let's talk about this channel. What are we? We are a logical, emotionless, hopefully as much as we can be, channel at times. I don't pretend to know the future. Even if you want me to tell you I know the future, nobody does. Certainly I don't. I'm not always right. I would never pretend that I'm always right. I get things wrong. In fact, let's face the elephant in the room that probably none of you care about. But I had some end of year predictions that did not come true. We did not get a new all-time high after October. I honestly am still baffled by it. I can't believe that we did not see a rally into the end of the year. And even more specifically, we got no rally at like the last day. We got nothing. This space has seen some really wild up and downs over the last 6 months, and this is honestly not something I think I've ever seen. But hey, there you go, an example of me being wrong. I try to be right. I'm a successful trader, I'm a profitable trader, but I'm not the best in the world. So please don't take anything I say as financial advice. Don't blindly copy me. Just take whatever value you can out of this stream, out of this content, and take it for yourself. It's free in that sense. Go ahead. We have some great educational, instructional content in the channel. I have a giant free playlist of trading course material. Check it out. And yeah, with that being said, let's just get into it. Let's do what we do. I'm going to jump through Bitcoin. Man, we're only 5 minutes in. I'll probably zoom in here, talking fast with this intro. I should slow it down. Let me get through a little bit of the Bitcoin chart. Let me break down just the macro. We're going to look at some big time frames like the yearly close, the quarterly closes, the monthly closes. Do a little base analysis, just set up our macro supports and resistances with a new fresh chart here, and then we'll get into the chat, see what you guys are looking at. I did get alerts. XRP, I guess, trading close to $2 again. That's a pretty good sign. Now that I'm remembering, we had many charts that had some very interesting quarterly closes coming up, and we haven't obviously looked at them since. Solana being one. I'm sure there are others I can't remember off the top of my head, but they had some very critical closes that could have some big hints about what they're looking to do here in the next month to 3 months. So we'll look at those as well. But then we'll get into the chat and see what you guys are peeking at, because we're stronger together. So the obvious, let's start with last year's open, 93.4. This is actually 93.3. This is a Bitcoin index. I'm going to actually just start a brand new chart. A brand new chart. We should all do so. It's a new year, new start, new chart. Start it fresh, remark everything, see what things see what things look like. All right. Last year's open, 93.3. Man, I gotta cut my beard. I need a haircut. 93.3. Last year's open. This was the critical resistance. It was the last trading position I think I took, a short at 93.3 live. I was like in late October. I think it's just sitting there. I can try to dig that up. No real changes at that point. We closed the year at 87.5. What a price to close at. Jesus. I would not have guessed that. Basically, last year's open and close is going to define a trading range for us, and until broken, we basically can look to play the high as resistance, the low as support, and maybe even potentially look for some chop trades going into this month here. That is a decent enough range of 6%. It's a decent enough range. Whenever 87.5 is tested, we can potentially look for a long to 93.3. Whenever 93.3 is tested, we can potentially look for a short back down to 87.5. And if price action continues kind of the way it was in December, that may be a successful range to trade. Let's jump down. I guess we can mark the all-time high. That's always valuable to have on the chart. And what? Last year's low? We'll take last year's low. There we go. Decent. Down to the 3 month. That quarter, holy, we got nuked. Q4 had some unbelievable things for us. Truly, still can hardly believe it. The last quarter's open 114,000. This does give us a pretty cleared out order book above us in this sense, where over the next 3 months, again, still looking for that retracement bounce, that dead cat bounce, if you will, or even potentially something more. This is a pretty inefficient downward move, and so oftentimes we do see that price filled back in the coming months, and that could give us a target of as high as 114,000 if we do see a significant rally, especially in this quarter. I'm going to avoid marking out everything here. Like, we could take 82.5 here. It'd be definitely a solid place to look for support on a sell-off under 87.5, but I'm going to skip that for now because I don't want the chart to get too cluttered. You know, actually, we had a rare, very rare 6-month candle close as well. Bearish engulfing a half year. We only see this twice every year. We had a gnarly bearish engulfed candle on the 6-month. Interesting as, man, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 6-month candles closed green in a row. Man, and now we're right back here. That's 107. The reversal on the half year, the 6-month, 107. That's more in the range of where we were looking for a dead cat bounce, or at least a relief rally. In Q4, we did not get it. Maybe this is saying H1 of this year, we're going to be looking for that retracement, but that seems pretty obvious. It seems like a not crazy call. I'm going to mark that, even though I just said I was going to avoid that. I'm going to do it anyway. Let's go down to the month. Here we are. This is where things are getting real. We have our yearly range defined, prices in it right now. We are actually already back to the previous month's open. We spent so long trading sideways in December, and in what, 30 hours, we're already back above where we started. That is a good sign, but probably not enough for me to get super excited about yet. We can see that price has basically rallied to this point already at 90.3. We did see about 90.8 earlier today, just shy of 91. But obviously trading above 90.3 is going to be a solid thing. Let's bullish engulf December and look for that retracement bounce. It's a good way to start the month. I was saying all of last month that if we do close down, I would expect, especially the first days, but probably the whole first month, to look to make a move to the upside. Won't call victory yet here at this 3% candle, but hey, let's start it. We can take all our lines off this chart and we can begin to see a monthly bear flag forming. I don't trust bear flags or bull flags in crypto. They are just typically not great patterns. They don't have a high rate of playing out the way you'd expect, but we can see the lows coming up, at least at this point, the highs coming down at this point, and that does paint out that clean bear flag. No big deal here. Holding above 90.3 is going to be optimistic in the short run. We do have a nice bullish divergence building at our lows on the monthly time frame. I'll take it. I'll take that hopium. We need it right now. With our close only slightly lower than November and January opening to a little bit of green, we can see on our RSI a bit of a reversal beginning. It's really early to call this, but we can take that hopium. We have a higher high in both price and wicks with a lower low on our oscillator being the RSI here, and that's a bullish divergence building. That is definitely a potential sign for a strong move. I like that. That's not even hopium. That's pretty decent. Price is below the 20 monthly moving average. Traded back to it now. Okay. Let's zoom out here, look at a little macro. Traded underneath this in 23. We regained it and we just lost it on the close of last month. That is not a comfortable place to be, but it is what it is. Keeping an eye there. I guess that's really just confluence with the previous month's open, acting as resistance 90.3. We'll throw our fib. What's up, Chad? I see Chad going. Hidden bull div. Oh yeah. Yeah, it's there. Yeah, I mean, yes, this is hidden bull div. I just say bull div. I don't think it really matters to. It just sounds cooler, hidden bull div, but it's like it's all the same. Just div is div in my opinion. Could this be the wash trade for losses? Absolutely, Alien. You had actually a pretty solid end of the year. I'll take a little break here from the top-down analysis to talk about this. We had a pretty solid year to close to wash trade. Wash trading is legal depending on where you are, so you know, if it doesn't apply to you, it doesn't apply to you. But wash trading is essentially almost any spot you had bought last year from January to the end of the year on Bitcoin, or really altcoins as well. Any position that you had purchased that was underwater, you were able to sell that at the end of the year for a loss. Now, it's a loss on paper, right? You spent $1,000 on Bitcoin. At the end of the year, that was only worth 700, right, or something. You sell that for the 700, and then you rebuy it. So in reality, you haven't lost anything, right? You have the same amount of coin. You've simply sold it and rebought it the exact same amount for the ease of explaining this right after the year began. On paper, you have lost $300 because you realized that loss, but in reality, you haven't lost anything. This is how taxes work in a lot of places, though. It isn't illegal, depending on where you are. It's not even shady. It's really just how it fundamentally works. It just doesn't really make as much sense when it comes to Bitcoin, at least in my opinion. But the end of the year gave us an ample opportunity to do this. We saw essentially not yearly lows, but not many trading days below price, right? We had just this little February, March, April time. Every other spot position would have been underwater. And so the end of the year and being low gave us that opportunity to sell and rebuy. And what's interesting and about this is what I want to tell you guys is typically this only happens at the bear market year close. It's kind of an interesting concept. I talked about this last month a little bit. The only times we've been able to do this effectively have been like 2022. You guys remember I did a very solid wash trade there and opened a long. And then in 2018, we weren't streaming, but you in the past have only been able to do this at what was the bear market bottom. I opened up by saying we have some interesting environment scenario that we've never seen before going on with Bitcoin. And this is something I think that is important actually to consider here as the year opens. The wash trade effect itself could be an important player to reversals at yearly lows, at bear market lows. A lot of spot being sold and then rebought right as the new candle opens could create reversal momentum. We've seen it happen before, and I think it's something maybe into the hopium category of maybe it is enough that this year gets pushed to the upside. Maybe it's enough that it's begins to reverse on a high time frame, and definitely hopium. Maybe it's part of what ends bear markets. Maybe it's a factor. All that spot being sold and then rebought all at the same time, creating kind of that capitulation and reversal. It's something to consider here. We've never seen this happen outside, or this opportunity for Bitcoin outside of the bear market bottom. So it's just something cool to think about, something cool to hold on to hope with. If it's legal where you're at, hopefully you did it. It really, when I first learned about it, I was like, man, that sounds super illegal. But what it really is when you understand all of the capital gains concepts, it's like fair. Yeah. It's fair when you understand how like all capital gains kind of work in together. Anyway, where was I? The month we have the div. We're under the 20. Yeah, don't love it, but we have some decent start here, so I'll take it. The week is where things get a little sketchy now. They've been sketchy. We have traded up, and right here at 90.3, we can see 1, 2, 3 weeks, November into December. This was the major close level. We had a close up in November, a doji into December, and then a sell-off obviously there. This is the major, it looks like, reversal level for the week. We have had wicks coming up, and this is kind of what I think we don't want to see coming into this week, is a continuation of this. So let me show you what I'm talking about. Essentially, we don't want to see this week trade up to like 96,000 and then what, sell off and close below 90.3. I think that would be probably like the most bearish looking pattern possible. I would love to see these prices tested, 97s, 96s, but I want to see the candle not immediately sell off over the weekend and underneath 90.4. Probably a good sign if we do get a rally like that, but it is able to hold, let's say, the last year's open 93.3, a close up here could give us a signal of some returning momentum to the upside. But the problem basically with this trading up and closing down again is you're continuing out what is really ugly. You guys will know the thumbnail is spooky looking. I've been getting really good at making them spooky. But the thumbnail is just 2022 plastered onto now. I know this is not a super unique thought. Lots of people are looking at this, have been looking at this, but it's something at least I'd say like to consider. We don't, did I take that right? Something like this. We don't want to see this happen where we have the higher highs painted, the higher lows painted, and you get that ascending channel. It would just look so much like 2022. And we all know what happened in 2022. It was not a good time. It's not fun. This was one of the most weird times in crypto history, except maybe now, maybe today is. As a perma-bull, I am holding on to the hope that 2025 was different. It broke at least broke a way to view the 4-year cycle. There's definitely ways you can, logically, not just gibberish, but like logically fit, well, the 4-year cycle still exists, like the highs are in line and blah, blah. You can still say it exists, but at least one lens in which we would view it through is broken. The 3 green yearly candles followed by a red candle is done. And we can then say, all right, so maybe we shouldn't depend on that framework the same way. And I want to hold on to the hope that that means that this year is not going to be bound by that same cyclical pattern, meaning maybe we end up rallying this year. I would love to see it. I'm going to remain hopeful, but that doesn't mean I'm going to totally take a blind eye to what this would look like if that's not true. If we have the exact same repeat of like 22 and 18, we probably would be looking for price action like this. I think it's a disservice to completely say this is impossible, it's not going to happen. Like, this is maybe the probable outcome still. So I think we need to look at this and kind of understand it and at least be able to plan on some level for it. Price action, something like this. Something like a rally that is sold off, a continuation to fall, break April's low, and eventually slowly bleed out into like a capitulation bottom. There was no euphoric top here, and so maybe there won't be the same price action, right? No one should be saying it will look exactly like this. What they could be saying, and still be taken seriously, is price action, something like this over time into a low makes sense for a bear market. But if that is the scenario in the case, like I said, we should plan on it. Basically, we are waiting for some kind of rally that is failed. An ascending channel, like we were talking about here into the 97,000s, closed down under 90, looks a lot like that. It begins to look a ton like it, too much like it for comfort. And especially if you kind of take these slightly higher highs, 2 higher highs, into April's low, like June, July's low in 21, it looks really similar. Something to me in my gut tells me, and this is emotional gut stuff, it's not going to be that easy. It's not going to play the same way. But if it does, what am I getting at? We'd be looking for some kind of move, likely up into this area. If we don't continue this and fall, meaning if the bears take control early, that rally may only return up to here for the failed rally, right? It can look different. These are probably the 2 areas that we're aiming for. If we continue the climb, we get a stronger bounce into Q1, 107 to like 114. Great area to be looking for any kind of hedge. I'm not going to go all out. Obviously, I'm not going to sell my Bitcoin, go all short, but I may look to open up maybe a low leverage short, like a 2x, 3x with a little chunk, a decent chunk of money, at least compared to my portfolio, to ride that out and basically be my sacrifice to the market. To say, market, if you want to go full bull and blow everyone's face off this year, completely unexpected, you're going to take that money from me, and I'm going to sleep great at night because I have all my spots still. Right around here. If this doesn't happen, if we see our range from the end of last year break first, 80K, we get that 97, we close here, we slowly trickle down here, that bounce is likely not going to come as high. It will more likely be in this range of the low 90s. Low 90s? Let's see. Where we go? Yeah, low 90s-ish, something like that. And we can look to do the same thing there. That would be the more bearish take and would remind me more, honestly, of 2022. The last bear market was absolutely different than anything I've ever seen in my history. There was very little bounce. We only got this little move here into April. Basically, the whole first quarter sold off. We only got this singular bounce, and all the way down there was nothing. There was really no more. That's why I think it's important to keep this in mind. Keep these scenarios in mind and to plan accordingly. Is we may only get one opportunity to hedge here. I would love for it to be like 106 to 114, but I don't know where it's going to be. That makes logical sense right now on the chart. I don't know the future, man. I don't know the future. But let's so I addressed the bear in the room. I'm still bullish and I still want to see this go to all-time highs. So let's address the bulls in the room here. We do have a monthly div building. Our lows so far, this is just being realistic, this is being real or logical, no emotion. Our lows have not been invalidated. We have a higher high. or we have a higher low. Boom. We have a higher low. Boom. This is coming off a higher high. So far, nothing is really wrong. The biggest wrong in the room is that we believe, and sentiment is telling us that 2026 is going to be bloody and that it's going to be worse than last year. This is a very uncomfortable place to be in that scenario because the price is already so low. It's just hanging out above the low of the year before. But without that expectation, and this is going to be big because last year we learned our lesson on expectation. Without that expectation of this year being worse, nothing is actually going on here. As long as, 80 holds and we don't trade down below April's low, nothing has happened. I have to keep removing that hat and like those goggles from my eyes when I look at the chart, because even I am so like, well, it's 2026. Even a few years ago, I was like, that year is going to be a bad year. We're going to sell off and hit a bear market bottom. But even I have to keep catching myself. I don't know. We don't know. We can probably say if we trade below 74, then that's happening. But at the moment, we are here. We are bear flagging, which I don't trust. There is a non-zero chance that we continue up and we do something different this year. Just like last year, we did something different. Anything's on the table. I really do believe that. We're still riding the 100 week. We're seeing the 20 and the 50. This is not great. Coming above us to do a nice little gnarly cross. Please don't. Or please do, but let's rally off of it. Let's see when this cross is coming. The 20 and 50 weekly moving averages. So this is not a death cross. It is, by every measure, a bearish cross. But it's not a death cross. Death crosses have to be 50 and 200. Why? That's just the way it is. That's just, it's just like a terminology. It's like a definition. Right about here. So we're looking at next week. No, not next week, right? The week after. In between the 5th and the 12th. Some point there. Something like that. Let's go down to the day. I'm almost done. We're going to do the day and then we'll get to the chat. We'll see what you guys are talking about. 200 daily moving average looms above us still and is still roughly where we left it, 107,000. This at the moment on a retracement bounce, on a dead cat bounce, is it. This is where I'm looking to open the position with low enough leverage that I can weather through any kind of wicks or any high price that might blast through on a test like that. 100 days coming down, 20, 50, all the way down here. Yeah, not beautiful price action. Momentum on the day starting to look good. Maybe the first time in a while we have a higher low here on momentum, a little uneven butt cheek combined with VWAP blasting up. Regular RSI below, Stotch RSI, and my favorite, money flow. Money flow reaching higher lows as we're getting all these signals. The daily to me does look like it wants to continue to the upside into the first weeks of this year. RSI finally escaping 50 on the day. That's actually a great start as well. We have been trapped under 50 RSI essentially since the 10th, since October 10th, the big sell-off day. We had a little fake out here at late October, but since then we have been trapped under the 50, and that has been dictating bearish momentum, bearish trend. Being able to move higher here, sustaining above the 50 RSI on the day, I think is a great way, a great signal even. They're looking for that move back up. I can't believe this didn't happen last year. It's crazy. It's actually bonkers to me. Even the day, Ichimoku cloud looking for a cross back up. A weak bullish signal though, as this will be a cross under the cloud. 98.6, a little magnetic for price here. 98.6 test. We did, I almost didn't want to share it, but that would be a disservice to you. We did get the signal I was hoping we wouldn't get. The weekly, I should probably move this. I meant to have this right here in the beginning. There we go. Only 82 subscribers away from 200K. Can you believe it, boys? I can barely believe it. This is the bearish signal that I was waiting for. I didn't want to see it happen. It happened. The Ichimoku cloud on the week crossed down. The wins changing, says the Ichimoku cloud. This is just the, I guess, the final kind of like bear market-y signal I was looking for. I have watched this signal fire for 2 bull run peaks, and both times looking back, it was like, well, that was it. The run was over. God, I don't want it to be true. So instead of remarking on how I feel about it, here we go. This happened back in July of 22. Because this happens about 26 weeks early, it was around here where this arrow is. Aged pretty well. Price did trade higher, and that's kind of what we're looking for here. If we're going to repeat the price action we saw in 22, is selling, but price making that lower high, that dead cap bounce high, back to like the 200-day before selling off, and it was signaled by this twist in the cloud. Same thing happened back in 2018. God, years. This one I don't think was quite as fire. All right, it was like right here, right where the cross down is. It wasn't quite as fire. Price had already lost most of its highs, but after that, price did get very limp. It got very sad. Ooh, is this my delivery? One sec. I doubt it. Nope. I bought myself a Christmas present. I've been using the same Apple Watch since the original. It's like the Apple Watch 1. I don't even know. I bought myself a Christmas present. I got a new one, and it's supposed to be delivered. It's supposed to be delivered 10 minutes ago. Hopefully they delivered it. With FedEx, you never know. Bless FedEx. You guys do amazing work. I love you. We all depend on you. But like when you have to sign for something, it can be impossible to get a package. It's like they don't knock, they don't ring the doorbell. They just leave that like, oops, sorry, we missed you thing. And you're just like, but I'm here. Why didn't you knock? And then they come back and do the same thing. You get it eventually. Bless them. But where was I? Hopefully it already came. I might check on it. I didn't hear Beans boof. Usually she's barking if the man comes. But this was a signal back in 2018. We saw the top, came and went. We entered the bear market. This was the last one. The last thing I was waiting to fire. So that sucks. So that sucks. I have no further comment. We did the day. Looking for the cross up. What do we got? Higher RSI. Yep, that's what I was saying. And what else should we really look at here? Maybe we'll turn it over to the chat. I know our XRP was doing well. Wow, Bollinger Bands are very tight. Where's my BB dubs? There we go. BB dubs all the way down to July low. That was not so exciting. BB dub is Bollinger Band width, so it's telling us how much space is between the top and the bottom band. This is actually a pretty important factor when using the Bollinger Bands. The width between them typically signals volatility. The closer and tighter they get, the closer to a breakout you usually are. And here we go. Not at all-time lows, but very, very, very tight bands here. BB dubs, the big butts. Looking very similar actually to this February price action. Ugh. The last 2 squeezes of bands have not been super successful. That's not what I was hoping to see. Nice. We're gaining some subscribers. We're getting close. We will hit 200,000. I will say today, we gain over 100 average a day. The last few days of this year slowed down the average. I would say today and like a complete max tomorrow. So get ready for a celebration. Get ready for a 200K celebration. I don't know what that looks like, but we will. I can't believe that we're hitting 200,000. It's fucking wild. You guys rock. Okay, week. I just wanted to check them on the higher time frames here. Bottom of the month, or not bottom, mid of the month. Mids of the month. Yeah, this is what happened back in 22. It's like we hit the mid band, we slowly climbed up for a little bit, and then we lost it. Same thing really happened here in 2017. Maybe this is the signal that I should wait for. What's up, legendary God King? What a name, my friend. Welcome, bro. Yeah, last 2 bull markets really did. That's like when they ended. You can say they ended at the top, yeah, but like when price capitulated, it lost this middle band. What's up, Trendscape Landscaping? Trendscape Landscaping, yeah, losing the middle band. So there we go. It's hard to read as a signal now because really we closed below it last month. We are right here. You know, that's not great. It's not a great way to look. you can see, so this is interesting, something that you'll never hear anyone else talk about this, and then I'll be done after I talk about this with Bollinger Bands. I doubt you'll ever hear anyone talk about this. So what in the hell happened here, right? What is this? Why does it do this? So when Bollinger Bands, when price goes like parabolic on these bands, you get this, ooh, what's up? 77 gifting some memberships, my friend, thank you. You get like this bottoming out, and it's just the math of it. Like it's like a parabolic thing, and it just like messes up the math. But what's interesting is this never happened with our run, like from 23 all the way until the end of last year. It just never happened. We never got that parabolic move. It is clear as day, and this is actually something I'm sure people were waiting for, whether they were aware of it or not. It just never happened. Maybe pack this in your opium bongs and bowls, and maybe that means it's still due. Maybe we will get this bottoming out of the monthly bands. Maybe that's happening this year. That's some good hopium. That'd be great. That's interesting. It never happened. Oh, wait. I got distracted. What I was saying actually before that about the bands on the month is what we lost them. In 18-19, we actually didn't touch the bottom band. Interesting. In 22, as soon as we lost the middle band, we went right to the bottom. If that price action were to repeat, we'd be looking at what? 55K? 55K, 40% down. You can see we only traded a little bit down after that, so 10-13% down after that. 46. Those aren't crazy numbers for a bear market. I don't know. Okay, taking the bands off, you can see maybe we're peaking out here. We have broken the local highs with today's swing high. We're outside of the daily bands for the first time. I think the timing of breaking out here is pretty good. It's decent. All right, we did the top-down analysis. Let me really quick. I want to see if I got like a message from FedEx. Maybe not. I don't know. I got a bunch of stuff. Had a bunch of end of year expenses for the biz. Got a new mic because I think this one's crapping out on me. Oh, TikTok, did you suspend our streaming again because of repeated community guideline violations that don't exist every time? I keep opening a ticket with them and explaining and being like, why does this keep happening? And it's worse than YouTube customer support. Like a human is clearly not reading it, and it's not even just not a human, it's like an automated bot. It's not even AI. Ooh, I think my watch is here. Yeah, TikTok. Screw you, TikTok. It's not even like an AI bot. It's like just an automated bot. I've opened tickets over and over again. I do everything they tell me to, and they go, "Good news, we've returned access," or we've restored your access. And it's like, dude, I've never not had it, never not had access. In fact, that's not any of the words I've ever said. It's that you just keep ending my streams, but I can't get anything anyway. First world problems for sure, bro. For sure, first world problems. Okay, I think that is it. I think that's good for the day. Let's I'm gonna refresh the chat over here. I don't have to read the TikTok chat because there's nobody over there because it's suspended again. Let me say what's up to Twitch. It's probably nobody's over there. Yo, Twitch, there you go. The bots love to glaze. Stop glazing me, bots. Stop glazing me. F TikTok. So the problem though is like TikTok is such easy growth in views. If I could just continue the streams there, like I stopped posting video. Well, I've been posting one video a month for the last like 2 months, onto TikTok. But like before, we did TikTok for like a year, maybe a year. Publishing shorts, and we like blew up. Like we got 160,000 or something on TikTok in like a year, but like barely even trying. 160 there is, I want to say 160,000 on TikTok is the equivalent of like I don't know, not even 10K on YouTube. Like, but still, it was good numbers, and I want those numbers back. And what really, the real reason, guys, no, because you're here, the real reason is all these scammers upload my content there, and it's insanely difficult to get it taken down. Like, insane. They just don't care, and they take months and months and months and months to deal with, like, legal requests, legal takedowns that they have to do it. They just take months to do it, don't care. And so the real reason is I want those views. I don't want those views going to like scam accounts. I don't want them going to other people. Even if they're not scamming, they're just stealing content. Like, no, they're ours. Fuck out of here. Anyway. It's not, yeah, it's easy because it's not views. I do agree with that. It's very not real. Like, it's all fluff. It is fluffy fluff. Does that translate to total market cap too? This is what, Tom? We can look at total here. That's a good chart to look at as well into the new year. But let me see, boys, who's here? Shout out, first of all, shout out Sir XX77XXX, my boy, OG here. Gifting away memberships. I appreciate you. Thank you, sir. Tom, how big is your screen and why you wear a headset? Are you a millionaire? TY. What? What? This monitor's 32. This monitor's 32. This monitor's 27. There you go. Yeah, that's millionaire status, baby. Why do I wear a headset? So I can hear stuff. Usually we have music on. Usually we'll have, you know, we watch like FOMC. I guess I don't have to have it. It also is just, I'm used to it. I don't wear the glasses anymore. We'll bring them back. We'll bring them back. They're right here. They never left. Huge. What's up, Ryan? McPooch. Kodan. Do not shout you out. All right, I won't. I won't shout you out. What's up, Foxy Thorny, my guy? Good to see you. I see you finally claimed your name. Good job. Dr. Crypto, how are you, brother? Happy New Year's. Happy New Year's to everybody. I really do believe this year will be better than last year. I was saying as last year started, this is our year. We're going for a girl this year. And, you know, oops. Well, it's not my year. Can we take a look at XRP? We definitely will take a look at XRP. XRP already gave me alerts. I don't know if any other coins did, but XRP already gave me alerts. New OGs in the making. That's the thing, Adam. Isn't it great? We see them grow up. That's the thing. We have new OGs every year here. Love you guys. Some of you guys have been here the whole time, the whole trip. So all the way back to 2019. Some of you have been here for a few years, and you're equally loved and equally appreciated. I have so many lines on XRP. I feel like I should just start new charts with it. But our fam keeps growing. Like I said, we're almost 200,000. That's crazy. That's crazy. Now, a lot of that 200,000, I'll be real, are from people watching the free trading playlist. A lot of it. Not half of it, but a lot of it. That's why we keep growing. People, I'm sure people that live stream are confused. They're like, why does this channel keep growing? But we're not growing. We're doing live streams. Maybe our live streams are even bigger. We're not growing. It's because not a lot of it is from live streaming lately. Not a ton of it is from the streams over the last year. If you go back like 2021, like when we had those huge euphoric times, a lot of it was from live streaming. But man, we're arguably, if I was a really smart businessman, I probably wouldn't even do live streams most of the time. I do it because I love doing it, and I do it because I love you guys, right? That's why we do it. But there's not a lot of growth there at the moment. No. But there's a lot of, I don't know, I just love you guys, and I'm nerding out the charts no matter what, so I might as well do it with everybody, right? Yeah. Yeah, it's the game, brothers. It's the game. Let me see here. XRP, BTC, we'll look at it. But we have new OGs all the time. I love it. Oops, I hit the wrong button. I meant to say join Discord. Jump in that Discord. Discord.gg/TomCrown. LTC, Doge. We can look at Litecoin. We can look at Doge. What's up, Dino Mike? Am I winning, son? No, Dad. Help me, Dad. No. 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 I can't believe 20. I'm just in shock. I cannot believe 2025 is come and gone. And I don't know, like, I'm not retired. Like, when I say retired, I would still be doing this. But retired in the sense of, I thought by 2025, I would never have to think about money ever again. That's not the case. I'm well off. I'm doing great. My life is on a great trajectory. My finances and my wealth and my success have been going up, but certainly not to the degree of like never having to think about it again. Not quite. Someday. That's what I'm thinking. What's up, Nasty Nate? What's up, Ed? Here's to 2026. Cheers, brothers. Hendrix, cheers to you, my friend. The glasses come back at 200K. Done. Glasses come back. Let me see. Who did I miss? Ace of Hearts, Inani, V Logger. What's up, brother? Beto Flex, BGSP. How are you? Cade. What up, Cade? Is this the real Cade Bergman? Cade. What's up, CBK Wahoo? Coden, already got you. Dino got you. Dr. Crypto got you. Ed Most. Foxy got you. Flajuta Bus. Welcome back, brother. Oh, geez. Haven't seen you guys in a year. Who else is here? John Shanks, Chris Pax. You're always here. I love you, Chris. Chris, you're right here with me, man. Actually, ask Chris Pax. I was just saying most of the channel's growth in the last year was not from live streams. Chris, are you feeling me there? Are you feeling me? I know you probably do mostly live streams, but are you feeling me? It was not the best year for live streaming crypto. 2021 was the best year. Maybe 2019 when I started and into 2020. Those were like 3 years in a row that were good. The last year sucked. The year before that had March, and it had like March, and then it had November, December. It had like 3 really good months in 24. 23 was okay. I want to say there was like a few good months in there, but like it was mostly sideways. Like we have not had the glory days of crypto live streaming since 21. Definitely never got back to that level. What's up, Birogs? DJ Mac, what's up, bruh? Gaud, Jerion Versteeg, what's up, man? Krunk, Lasers Go Pew, my stupid name, Nasty Nate, Ryan, Skate Crow, Sunchips, Pickle. Happy New Year's, Pickle. Happy New Year's to everyone, but more Happy New Year's to Pickle. I love you, brother. The Rob Side, Tom G's Web Dev and Newbie. How are you, man? Your owner Zigzag. Who else? Zigzag. You've been here forever too. Zigzag. Didn't I meet you at like Bitcoin 2021 Miami at the conference? I'm pretty sure that was you. Pretty sure. Even if it wasn't, you can say it was. Oh my god. Years and years of grinding. That's where we're at. Bitcoin VWAP. I do want to actually. Thank you for bringing that up. I haven't looked at the VWAPs in a while, and I really should. Crunk, you sent me 2 Ethereum. You haven't received your 4 Ethereum back? That's, no refunds. Sorry, brother. I will never ask you to send me. I'll never ask you to send me money. No, I'll never ask you to. And I'll never offer to double anything. Just, I know you're joking, but some people might not know. No, guy, that's a scam. Don't do that. Don't do that. I'll never ask you for it. I'll never DM you on any platform and be like, hey, how your trade's going? But scammers will, especially even like in the Discord. I wish Discord would do something about it. But scammers will absolutely, if you follow me on any socials, will DM you with my picture and my name and, I don't know, pretend to talk like me. And they will ask you for money and they'll ask you for whatever to send them. It's all scams. If that ever happens and you're thinking it's me, come to the Discord, discord.gg/TomCrown, and ping me. And that way I can tell you, no, bro, it's very much a scam. That's not me. But you can always verify because I'm the only Tom Crown in our Discord. We keep it that way. The VWAPs. I do want to look at these VWAPs. Elon says we won't have to think about money anymore. Exactly, because Elon will have it all, and then we won't need it. If Elon has all the money, you don't have to think about it. It's interesting that the man who's made the most money, not just last year, but the most money, I want to say in this decade, the most money of all time, is telling you that you don't have to worry about money. Seems like you're worrying about money, Elon. Seems like you're very worried about more than anyone. It's interesting. Play the money game all day. Oh, Elon. To be honest, 2025 was not great. You lost your... Oh. Dr. Crypto, I'm so sorry, bro. Send you my good energies. I'm so sorry to hear that. I don't know. When I have like relatives die, it's sad. Sad. But even like someone's dog I've never met is so much more sad, dude. I'm sorry. We don't deserve animals. Animals are amazing. I would be a mess. I don't even want to think about it, but I'd be a mess. Good thing Professor Beans will never die, ever. So that's good. Tom used to be a sick trader, bro, back in 2021. I'll tell you what, I was definitely nailing trades more. I was definitely making more money on trades in 2021. That's for damn sure. I think I made the most money of my life in 2021. Easy. Like gains, trades, like just everything. Just slamming it. You thought you'd have 20 million? Same. We'll look at we'll look at VWAP, we'll look at XRP. 200K meetup. I mean, we got to hurry that up. I'm floating now in the air. 200K meetup. We got to put that together real fast by the end of today, because we're going to hit 200K very soon. Oh, 200K Bitcoin. We might be able to do that. We might be able to do that. I do want to do a meetup with you guys. I've never done one. We'll do it somewhere safe, somewhere central. Always watch when it gets spicy. Hell yeah. Chris Pax 2025 was rough for streaming. Yeah, it was, dude. When Honda Civic? I want a Honda Civic. When vet? Never. Happy New Year's. Happy New Year's. Happy New Year's. Okay. Yeah, it wasn't you Zigzag. All right, then it was it Nepa Patriots? Who was it? It was a while ago, to be fair. Now it'll be like 5 years ago. Are we recharted? Yeah, we're recharted. I like that. Cavalaria, I like that. I might tweet that. I'm recharted. Click this paychecks. You got 4 Tom Crown Discord friend requests a few days ago. Nimoy, exactly. You will get friend requested on Discord, on whatever platforms by fake Tom Crowns. I'm not going to do it. I won't. I want to friend request you guys, but I can't, because then you wouldn't know who the scammers are. I won't do that. Your grandpa's dog of 12 years died in 2025. I'm so sorry, man. So many people pretending to me. It sucks. I know. There's just there's nothing I can do. I do everything I can to try to stop it. I can only imagine how many people, like, think about it over these years. I try not. I really don't like to, but how many people do you think actually have been scammed by people pretending to be me? And I don't know the answer. And some people have come to me, but not a lot. I kind of assume when it happens that these people, like, they realize that it wasn't me and they feel stupid, so don't say anything. My heart goes out to you. You're not stupid. I'm sure it happens to way more people than we think. Or 2, they don't realize it's not me, and they just get really mad, and they're like, fuck this guy. And like, they just, like, you know, they just disappear. And either way, it's shitty. And I wish there was anything more I can do. Anything more I can do about it. If you guys ever come up with a way that might help, like, I have taken all actions I can. It comes down to the platforms. Like, Discord has to not allow people to use my profile and my name and copy my bio and then, like, message, you know, mass message strangers that join my Discord. Like, it has to be on the platform. There's nothing more I can do. Yeah, I don't want to get into it. When tattoo? I don't know, bro. When tattoo is a good question. I told you guys at 100K because I thought 100K would be like a wild euphoric moment like 2021, and it wasn't. And then we just didn't get any wild euphoric moments. I guess I don't know the number at this point that I'll do it, but I will do it. I just want it to be like an exciting, fun time where, like, maybe I regret it later, you know, but like, it's in the moment and it's like, you know, it's like, it's like meaningful. I don't want it just like, oh, I hit this number and, like, I don't know, it just feels bad. I want it to be, yeah, I will do it. It's not off the table. We're doing it. I need to refresh the chat or else I'm never going to catch up. EDC Vegas dance. Yeah, maybe EDC. EDC Vegas. Oh, hell yeah. I was thinking Bitcoin 26. I think that's in Vegas. People get scammed. Don't say anything. I know. 3, or they're trying to scam me into refunding them free money. True. I mean, I think that some people have said something like that, and it's like, bro, I can't do that. Like, I didn't take your money. And you know, like, I'm always very polite and understanding with these people, and I get why they're mad. And I'd be mad too, but it's just like, the only person that you shouldn't be mad at is me, because it's not me. Like, it could be anybody else, but it's like definitely not me. I don't know. Happens in every Discord group. It's true. Good. At least, thank you, CBK. That does make me feel better to know that every Discord group you join, the same thing happens. That makes me feel better. You should disable your DMs. I agree. There's no verified badge button in Discord now. They should also make usernames unique. Like, have you noticed? You have noticed. We'll get back into the TA and charts, don't worry. You have noticed that, you see this? You see why you guys all have these ats now and you don't have a username? Even YouTube, which doesn't have a platform to DM, you cannot message people anymore on YouTube. Used to be able to when I started. Even on this platform where you cannot message people privately, they have taken a step to make usernames unique, meaning nobody can have @TomCrown. Only I have @TomCrown. Let me put a message in chat. See, @TomCrown. No one else can have that. They can have @TomCrown1, @TomCrown real. You know, they can have iterations, but nobody can have @TomCrown, and that alone is enough to combat botting in a really meaningful way. And I'll tell you why. It might not be intuitive. Is, yeah, you can find a username like @TomCrownReal or @Tom_Crown, right? And you can still try to scam with those. Sure. And those could work. People might fall for that. But scamming is a numbers game where they're doing this over thousands and thousands of accounts, over tens to hundreds of maybe millions of people getting messaged. And when you remove, like when you report and these accounts get taken down and those names are out of the pool, slowly over time or maybe quickly, those names, the closeness that they can get to Tom Crown really quickly moves away from Tom Crown. They can't keep scamming under the same ones. They have to keep making new ones. And so then it's like Tom Crown 8973331IH, you know, like, and those are they get less and less believable as the names get farther and more removed from Tom Crown. And it is an effective way to do it. I am not the real Tom Crown now. It's an effective way to do it. I'm ranting. It's like a passionate thing. I'm really annoyed by it. But anyway, that's a good step. It is what it is. Yeah, how many underscores? Like, it's obvious it's fake once it's like gibberish. Okay. You won't be doing the raffle sent to Ethereum too? Man, I wish. Investigated scams 2 years ago at your job. That they're being scammed. You explain the scam, they won't believe you. Yeah, well, scamming really, it relies on people wanting it to be true. They, you know, they're the most desperate are the most vulnerable to scams because they want it, they need it to be true. They need this person to be doubling their money, or they really, you know, they really like a celebrity and they really want to believe that it's the celebrity. It is very difficult to, it's very difficult to protect people from scams because they want it to be true. Desperation. Yeah. It's sad, but it is what it is. Best we can do is try. That's it. All right, we'll go back to analysis and charts here. I didn't look at the VWAP. This is kind of cool. I'm glad we did. Cheers to who was saying about the yearly VWAPs. We do have a new VWAP for the year. I'm going to add that to the chart. Boom. January 1st VWAP. So this one is going to take a while to be super valuable. I'm going to make this one blue. Going to be a bit till that one's valuable, as we have just yesterday's data. While we're above it, that's bullish, but hey, that's a really low bar at this point. We'll zoom back out, and what we're going to find is most of our VWAPs. I need to change this visibility quick. Most of our major VWAPs, so monthly, quarterly. God damn. Why can I not click this? There we go. Front. Settings, visibility, weeks. It's on weeks. Why wasn't it there then? I don't know. What we'll find is that most of our major VWAPs, meaning VWAPs from our swing highs, the start of last year, our swing lows, pretty much each month, almost no matter, this is the takeaways, almost no matter where you begin this VWAP, the average price or the weighted volume average price VWAP, we have a great video on it in the playlist, is right up here. It is, as you would expect if you watched the long top-down analysis breakdown at the start of this stream, it is right in this zone where I've been looking forever, you guys have been looking forever, for this dead cat bounce or potential lower high failed rally to take place. This is the logical place due to that for the liquidity sweep. If market makers want the price to go down more, they are inclined, or it will be efficient or profitable to move price into this zone first, as every coin basically purchased in the last year has its average price here. As price goes up towards it, people may take profit. As it breaks through, they may buy in. It just stirs up liquidity. This tends to be where market makers like to move the price. Price VWAP and moving averages are very similar in the sense of price is always chasing after the VWAPs, and VWAPs are always chasing after the price. It's really like a fundamental way markets work. Let me do this too. Let's correct. Let's put on January. I already have January's VWAP from last year. Let's make that one a little different color. Let's do yellow. The entire year VWAP is at 98.6. Oof, that's scary. Go back to the year before. January 1st, right here. 70, 79. Right here from the entire, I'll say like the entire bull runs, VWAP sits at about 60K. Those are comforting. Comforting levels, I suppose. Down here would be like 2021 sign. Okay. Gives us, I'd say, levels that are likely to see bounces. We've basically already seen this, but 79, 59, 41, 32. There you go. Something to keep an eye on, at least. I don't have too much more to read into that. It just is further confluence for this upside level to be tapped. We can look at XRP, though. What's up, Hola Bolololo? What do you mean when you say they are wrong? It's a good question, my friend. What do you think I mean? What do you think is right? Yeah. Going into the XRP BTC. It's a valid question. It's good to see that it's working, though, because the most important thing about a title or thumbnail on YouTube is that you click it. It's going to be 5-year cycle. I don't, so like I'm hesitant to say like 5-year cycle or something, but I do think, and this is maybe why they're wrong, I do think that the close of 2025 breaks the 4-year cycle, at least as we know it. I cannot, and no one can know. Nobody does. No one knows what that means. If that means that this year is going to be a rally, you know, maybe we get a euphoric top. That this year's, we're going to close another red candle. Like, we don't know. But I think it is fair to say that the 4-year cycle, as we have deemed it over the last 12 years, is broken. It makes sense. I think it became too household and too everyday. Bitcoin slowly over time broke all of the things it always does. And the last one remaining, I was actually saying this back in 2021 or 22, was that the last remaining thing that Bitcoin always does was the 4-year cycle. I have been very hesitant to say the 4-year cycle was broken all throughout last year, because I'm not someone who just goes off on a whim and just like, oh, it's broken because I want it to be, and it's exciting. It's like, I need it to show me. I think what would truly break it and put just like the nails in the coffin or the sword through it is if we got all-time highs in Q1 of this year in Bitcoin. That would be the nail in the coffin for me for 4-year cycle. It would be dead. We're looking at XRP BTC. I know that I know nothing. Haha. Yeah, I mean, CBK, that's what I try to warn you guys about. It's never attacking any individual creators. CBK says that the 5-year cycle coming is from Raw Paul because he was wrong with his analysis, so he makes crap up. I don't follow his analysis, so I won't necessarily comment on that. But that's like kind of the behavior that I try to push away from and warn you guys. It's like people will pretend they know what's happening. They'll pretend, or they'll be really confident in it, and people just want to follow that because it makes them feel better. It's safe, but like no one knows. No one knows better than anyone else at this point. And what will happen is a bunch of people will bullshit and they'll say they know. Almost all of them will be wrong. Those people will just change what they say. They'll come up with some other bullshit and kind of pretend like they never believed the other thing. And then a very thin slice of people will be right. Very thin, if any, right? Very, very thin slice will be right. And they'll say, see, I knew it. I told you so. But those people didn't know. They just were right in hindsight. It's a dangerous game. And it's dangerous for you guys, really. It's dangerous for retail because we want to believe that someone knows. But just fundamentally, no one knows. It's just unknowable. And in fact, I would say that Bitcoin especially just does whatever no one thinks is going to happen. No one thought that 2025 was going to be a red year. Zero people. I'd never heard that, never heard anyone talk about that ever before the end of the year, right? Before it was already very probable. Before the year had already turned red, like, nope, nobody. No one saw that coming. And that's, in my experience, kind of a Bitcoin element. Bitcoin, I don't know, like fundamental thing. It's like whatever is the least predicted, the least, I don't know, makes the least people right, tends to be what happens. And 2025, I think, fits in that perfectly. Trump and Elon knows? No, they don't. I don't think so, my friend. I don't think so. I think that they can nose better than we, because they can nose what's going to happen with different things, policy. But those things aren't going to dictate what the market does. I'm telling you, they can influence the market short terms. They can, maybe long terms, like put, I don't know, different influences in, but I don't think anything they can do will dictate it. We have seen people go after Bitcoin. We have seen people support Bitcoin, and it doesn't seem to matter. Doesn't do it. Trading moon phases is more reliable than the 4-year cycle. Trading moon phases is, honestly, every year impresses me more and more. We topped Q4 post-halving year, again, 4-year cycles and tax cert. I mean, everyone's welcome to their opinion. Like I said, there are going to be lenses that you can still view it through. But I'm saying, you had to see the beginning of the stream, I guess. What I'm saying is, this year closing red is not the 4-year cycle. The 4-year cycle was green, 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 red. Green, 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 red. Green, 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 red. Green, green, red. 4-year cycle, yearly candles. You can, like I said, there's many ways to view it, many ways to describe it existing, many ways to describe it's not existing. It's okay. It's okay to disagree or to have different thoughts. Where was I? Each cycle? I mean, each cycle, some of the cycles. We also don't have that many cycles in general. I want to say it is clearly different. Price top. You said it again. Price top Q4 post-halving year is an opinion. Yeah, of course, bro. I'm not sure you heard anything I said then. And so I'm just going to move on, I guess. I wasn't, never denied that. XRPs. 4-year cycle is 3 green, 1 red. Anyway. Can I quickly explain VWAP? VWAP is volume weighted price average. So the easiest and best way to understand it, I do have a great video on it on the free playlist here, is like a moving average. If you understand a moving average, the way it's calculated, it is just like a moving average, but instead of simply looking at all the prices over whatever amount of time and dividing them into an average, it is specifically looking at volume and weighting each value on how much volume that candle has. So in the last 100 candles, if there was one candle with 99% of the volume and then all the other candles had, the remaining 1% combined, that VWAP would be basically at that one big candle's price. Does that make sense? Where an average would be probably down at the bottom or the top of wherever the last one was. Yes. The XRPs. Is this making head and shoulders? Sorry. It does not look great. Really, it's just this wick that doesn't look great. Zoom in here. On the weekly time frame. Yeah, I do not love this double touch. So we had a double bottom here on the week for XRP BTC into a lower high. This wick obviously would be a lower low, but without this wick, I'm kind of like trying to view through this. It'd still be lower highs, retesting lows. This does not look great. You could say it's a head and shoulders. I would disagree. You don't have the highest point in the middle here. I don't know. If you want to like textbook head and shoulders, you would need that. I would describe this more as it is a flat bottom. Support is being tested multiple times. Whether that flat bottom is existing up here at quad 02 or down here at quad 0942. I mean, that's the same thing. It doesn't really matter. I would describe this as support being tested multiple times over long periods of time, macro. and your highs coming down. So sellers coming in earlier, buyers coming in at the same level. And what do we typically see? We typically see that sell off. This is a pretty consistent pattern that leads to the downside. You have a lot of inefficiency, and this is the wicks draw a lot of uncertainty for me, is you have a lot of inefficiency here. And without this wick, I would say, well, yeah, you're looking to come fill in this inefficiency, but the market moved just up. There's liquidity down, right? But with this wick, you have filled it. And so it's almost an argument of maybe it doesn't need to fill this all in. It did it really cleanly to the bottom of the weekly beginning of this rally. I don't think that discounts a sell-off, but it might mean that you don't need to go as low. You've already swept it. There isn't a lot here. I guess we could take this August high down here. Not a bad place to look for a sell-off. Maybe take our fib tool. You can see that our 2-measured move sits pretty close to that August high. Maybe that's the support. Freaking hang now. Got it. It doesn't look great. It's not a good look. I would say that this is a pretty bearish look. Almost no matter how you cut it. That is in alignment with Bitcoin dominance, at least in my opinion. And this is where it's going to be really difficult to make any kind of call on what are alt Bitcoin pairs doing. You know, are they looking to crash into this year or pump into this year? Well, it's kind of difficult to make that call because Bitcoin dominance has fallen and just painted a bear flag. Now, you can assume that bear flag resolves down, and that would mean that alt BTC pairs gain. So likely XRP would gain. It's one of the biggest market caps. There would be beneficiary for it. But I want to say, while you're in this tight flag, I think it's very undecided. As your highs are coming down and your lows are coming up, I think that it's honestly a 50-50 to what direction this breaks on. And when it begins to break, we can start applying that to BTC charts more. To BTC pair charts more. So we don't have that. And I'm going to just rely on the chart we have for XRP BTC and say, this is a pretty bearish pattern. You can invalidate that bearish pattern. Honestly, you begin to do it at December's high. Continue it in August's high. January's high, last year's high, you know, like this is where you can say, okay, well, this pattern failed and we're looking for a bullish continuation. The bare minimum is stop painting lower highs. You got to break a high here. You are not trending up while you're painting lower highs. You got to get away from this support. And you need to begin an uptrend. You know, it could look something like this. It could be a slow uptrend. Moving past December's high, pulling back, painting a higher low, and establishing an uptrend on this pair. And if that happens, you're probably seeing BTCD moving down. You're probably seeing it break out of this low, out of this flag. And until then, it's going to be a sketchy game to play, in my opinion. What does the year look like on dominance? Four green years in a row. Poor alts. Or green dot. Wow. Another example. Another example of this 4-year cycle looking weirder, looking not quite the way it has. Like dominance doesn't have a lot of history. Not really sure why. It should be able to go back farther, regardless. You had that three clean, 1 red. Now you got 4 green. Kind of uncharted. It's not a big candle. It only closed up 2.5% from the year open to close. That's pretty wild. So below 58% is going to be trading a bearish engulf on dominance for the year. That's wild. About 60% is where it closed. 59.6. I think it's early to start making calls on dominance. If we are in a 4-year cycle still, so here we go. This is a really good way to say this. If we are in a 4-year cycle still, nothing has changed, then we would expect dominance to continue up into a bear market. Capital flowing into safer less risky investments. That'd be Bitcoin in the space. We saw that in 2018 into the 2020 top. We saw the predictable crash into 21 into alt season, and now we don't know from the bear market low until the complete top of the bull cycle, right? Like July 25 was the highest point in dominance. We have only seen this trend up. It has not broken that trend yet. But if we repeat what we've seen before, we should see it continue up. That seems hard to believe. Like, how would alts continue to squeeze as the market sells off? I feel like there's no juice left. I don't know. If we see something different, and I've speculated this, and this could turn out to be the most cursed thing I've ever said, is if Bitcoin is in a bear market this year following a 4-year cycle, and we see a bear market bottom in October or whatever like we typically have, then maybe the most painful thing is we see dominance drop with it, doing the opposite of what it did before. We drop with it, and so alts would likely still be bleeding in dollars. That they probably would not be setting new all-time highs. They'd probably be trading sideways or just down somewhat, but they'd be gaining in their Bitcoin pairs. And so it would be like an invisible alt season to most people. I don't really understand a logic behind this outside of this would be the most painful thing. They would gain in their Bitcoin pairs, but lose in their dollar pairs. And really people would not be aware of like the gain that they're making. They would likely rotate out of alts. Like, I don't know, before this, I don't know what the most painful setup is. They I guess they already rotated out of alts mostly because Bitcoin dominance is rally. They would see, so they would see the dollar value continue to drop. Bitcoin value would grow. They wouldn't really understand that. So this would hit a bottom. This is the most painful scenario in my opinion. It would hit some kind of bottom. And right here is likely then where the bear market of USD price for Bitcoin would end. And it would begin reversing, right? And so their alts would start going up, and then they would be buying back into their alts at the lowest point while dominance grew and their coins lost against Bitcoin again. This would be the most pain maxing cycle process I can imagine. They would get out and they would get back in their positions at the absolute highest point of their alt BTC pair just to watch that alt BTC pair bleed while the USD value goes up. That would be insanity. That would be insane. I really hope that doesn't happen because that's, I don't know. I don't think people can handle that. I think people would be big sad. Anyway, I think that's all I have about XRPs. This wick is a big question mark. I guess we should count the wick. I guess, why would we not count the wick? I don't want to count the wicks often because they junk the chart up. Chart looks weird. It looks very strange with them on a lot of assets. This XRBTC is almost back. What a wild year for it. Almost back to where it opened last year. Quad 0222. It's 2214 right now. Not a terrible place to look for resistance. On a tap. We have a pretty convincing quarterly high here though. It's 0025. If it breaks the yearly, which it's very close to, I think the return to quad 025 is very solid. It's not a huge percent gain. Let's see. About 14% gain. Very solid target though. If you invert this, actually that doesn't look great if you invert it. I was like, oh yeah, I got a little double top and maybe, this is the lower high and you're looking to roll over. But then I go back and I realize this is just keeps testing the same support. Hasn't been brought down more. It's not great. There's one chart I definitely want to look at. I don't know. I don't care if you guys don't want to. We're going to look at Sol because I know Sol had a huge quarterly close coming up. Did it manage to close? What's up, Barry Scarborough? What's up, my guy? Sol got a good close. I would say that's a miracle for those believing in Sol. That's a miracle. Okay, well, I'll say technically technically. All right, we'll do that. That's a miracle. Technically. Close like slightly below it, but we'll just take 2025. 124.52. The quarterly closed at previous support from April 25. I was basically saying if it closed below, that's a really bad sign. Coming off this lower high, it's a really gnarly sign of looking for 100. It managed to, at the very end, close up high enough, and now I think you're looking for a retracement. I've been rather bearish on SOL. I still don't want you guys to think I'm super bullish on SOL at the moment, but here we go. Holding support here, I think like 190. I've been saying this forever, unfortunately. Broken record at this point. Like 187, 190 right here. In this quarter, I'll say in Q1, the TA is there. You got your beautiful 618. You've got your potential reversal. Even this, honestly, the lower lows, lower highs, this descending parallel channel, like, I kind of wish Bitcoin was like that. Bitcoin's the other way. I don't like that. But it made it. I was skeptical. It made it. Look at that beautiful little green dot coming on momentum for the week. Is this a weak bull div? I'll say a weak bull div. Arguable. Very weak either way, but still bull div nonetheless. That's good. Monthly bull div, hidden bull div. Yeah, I think it's possible. I think that could be the trade. Let me see. I know we put some trades on this. That's just a clean chart. Here it is. 124.57. You break down from there. You got the good close though, so I think you're moving up. But break down from there, you're looking for like the 105 area. 100 to 105. Ooh. Do you believe in miracles? Thoughts on midnight or Jasmine? We'll look at midnight. Midnight, I got an alert for the other day. I wanted to look at, I think on Tuesday we streamed. That was the FOMC minutes. Yeah, it's been a little bit. We got stuff to catch up on. But SOL, all right. All right. I mean, 143 looks pretty locked in. We'll see what happens after that, but I think that's the play. I think that's the play. What's up, keeping it real? Trump coin? Oh, God. Wow, you want to look at that train wreck? Let me see. Pull up Trump. Pull up Night. Trump coin $5. I have no hope for this. I'm not sure. I have no hope for this. Like the only thing you have going is like a short squeeze eventually, or some kind of lower high rally. Because like I don't know, at some point he's like, oh, gotta whip the liquidity up on that, and like you know, it's like Trump coin is gonna be distributed to every U.S. taxpayer, or some kind of bullshit, and then it just like runs to I don't know another lower high and then drops down again. Like I think this is on the road to zero. Slowly, maybe not slowly, but surely. I think those are the only plays. I think you can get a relief rally on some kind of weird announcement by him, or a potential, you know, crazy shorting squeeze. And then outside of that, I don't know, man. I don't know why you would expect this to like trend up over time. It's kind of almost the same thing for me in that Clash token you guys kept asking me to look at. It's like, I don't know why you'd think this would go up over time. Oh, Trump coin. Look at this RSI. Trump coin has been on the week oversold since it was listed on K6X, whatever this is. I don't even know what exchange that is. Milena. Man, last time we looked at Milena, it was down 97%. Since then, it has gone down 99.6%. Same thing goes for this, though. It's like you could get a short squeeze on this eventually. it might drop all the way down to, you know, a penny from 12 cents here and then get the short squeeze. That's the problem with these. You really can't bet on the short squeeze because it can trade down so much more before that happens that whatever you bought is like now down 90% first. Like stopped out of everything. Cardano, ADA, yeah, we can. I want to look at Midnight though. Midnight is more shiny, more fun. Midnight has not been doing so bad actually. We're looking at it here. Maybe not. Lower high, this is unfortunate. Last time I looked at it, I think was the end of December, and I was like, ooh, maybe you're going for it. What is up, Rami? Welcome, Rami Crypto. Welcome, my guy. This is, I realize this is market cap, not coin price. I think it's because I couldn't find a good ticker for the coin price that I liked. I might not spend much time on this. Right to the 618. Probably another 618. Right to the 618, 618, 618. Wow, that's kind of crazy. $2 billion. I wouldn't be surprised if this is going to go back to test 2 billion market cap. This is looking a little bull flaggy, and I don't usually trust that. We'll see. I think what I'd be watching for on this coin is a return to like 1.6 billion, basically, a return to the all-time high resistance, and whether that is like rejection here or rejection up here. Looking for a flat top to form. Have your lows perpetually move up, and look to make a bullish pattern to break out of there. I might have to do another chart on this at some point. We'll do ADA. What's up with Trump and data later? I don't know, man. What is he? Is he doing another announcement? Like another announcement that like is it like dude, I can't. Trump is the boy who cried wolf for me when it comes to announcements. God forbid he ever has like a real important announcement, because I will just be like, I won't catch it. I'm done. I'm done with it. After he announces it, then I'll hear about it maybe, and then I'll be like, oh, okay, that's important. But like, nah, dude, I ain't gonna fall for that one again. What do you think about Tau? I don't know. Check out Syrup. Super Trump coin under 300K market cap. Great. Hopefully it does better than the regular Trump coin. River. You believe it's manipulated? I mean, if it's manipulated, then what do you want? Why do you want to buy it? Because if you open a real position on a coin that's completely manipulated, they're just going to stop you out first. If you're long, they'll run you short, and then when you liquidate, they'll just go long. Very bad. Can we look at Doge? We can look at Doge. We can look at a bunch of stuff. Let's see. Bam. 34.1 cents on ADA. So far, it's had a great year for ADA. Both days in the green, off of support. That's a great sign. 48.8-ish cents. Probably where I'm looking in the short term. Retest resistance. Got some bull div on the lows. You've had bull div on lows for a while though. Slowly rolling over, kind of following Bitcoin in that sense. You have a higher high. That's amazing. Take that higher high. I wouldn't get super excited yet. If you get a retest of 34.1, probably can take that as an entry. I think that the probability is that over time it's going to look to return to this 48.8. If you lose 34, This is where we've been watching for a while. You've got like 25 cents below you. Things start looking really bad down there. You really don't want to see it return to 25 cents. If it does, the only play I would attempt at all on ADA would be like a long to 34, and then I would close. It's okay for now. You've definitely built up some bull div on your low. That's a good sign, I suppose. Hidden bull div on the weekly low here. That RSI is very low. You are much higher than these previous lows. Momentum is just beginning to roll over on the week, although that's not being seen on the money flow, which is actually unusual. Actually not a great sign either. Quarter close. Yeah. I'm looking for 48.8 on ADA. If you break 34.1, I think 25 cents is in your future, and I think that is a bearish path to take, unfortunately. I do not want to see that happen. For now, that's all you got. What's up? Hit the likes. Thank you, man. Good to see you. Happy New Year's. Happy New Year's to everybody. Cheers, cheers, cheers. Happy New Year's. Cheers. I think just short it from 1. We'll see. Let me look at some other stuff, though, because you're probably the only one that wants to look at it, whereas there's other charts many people want to look at right now. Doge back to previous support that was broken against BTC. Damn. Doge traded to 100 sats on October 10th. That's actually kind of spicy. Damn. There would have been a time that would have had buy orders right there. I wonder if maybe I did have buy orders go off on some exchange. 100 sats is a legendary price on Doge. Absolutely legendary. I traded Doge from 100 to like 20 for years against BTC. Pretty serious resistance above, though. We're basically testing it now already in the new year. 160-ish sats, 157, 159. It's pretty major resistance. Breakthrough, and you're back up to like 220, basically looking potentially for another lower high. Not the best setup. If Doge does show us meaningful reversal in this quarter and into this year, that low could be it. That could have been it. It's too early to call that at this point. But that, yeah, man, that wick down is kind of cool. Breakthrough 157, yeah, looking for like 210, 215. That's a pretty big gain against BTC, though. I do like this. I did not love last month's price action on Doge. Breaking under April's low was brutal and really does jank up the chart. The chart is perhaps redeemable, but it is janked up. I like the reversal already into this month. That's very important. It put itself kind of in sketch territory, but it's very important that we see this return, right? We see this continuation. We see this continue. We see that we see continuation. I don't know. Because Doge is very much in danger of destroying all of this beautiful price action it's built. Here, I thought the low is in, and I thought we were returning to all-time highs. Absolutely did. I'm not sure why anyone watching this chart wouldn't. This is a very big pattern over a very long time. The break of April's low doesn't invalidate the pattern, and really you have to come down here for the pattern to be invalidated, like 8 cents, 9 cents. But it is not confidence building. What I want to see Doge do is test 16 in this month. It's not a huge ask. Preferably, let's see like 23 can return here and start painting higher lows again and higher highs and return to that all-time high. Keep pumping. Losing 11 cents is probably going to have me hands off from Doge into this quarter. This pattern's still intact, and we still had some great trades on it. Still, I'm not bearish on it. You still got it, but damn, yo, this is it's so close. That July, man, April breaking after the lower high in July just sets this up potentially for ugliness. I don't want to see that. Get back up there. It's like, this is good. It's a good way to start. It reminds me of ADA, right? You finally have a higher high, but it's still very, I'm still hesitant to be like, yep, let it rip. This definitely looks like something that wants to break to the upside, but it could just be a relief. 16 cents. I already have the alert there. Ooh, okay. AI is saying that, yeah, good thing AI, I don't know. I imagine AI is terrible at predicting the future. What's up? Oh, we got more subscribers. It just didn't pop up. Red Vine, 𝐒𝐈𝐆𝐍. Oh, those are from the other day. Nice. We have gained quite a few subscribers for how chill it is today. We are now 63 subscribers away from 200,000. 63. Guaranteed the night. If we don't hit that on this stream, guaranteed the next time we go live, I will have 200. We'll have 200,000. Bonkers. Ooh, here you go. Here's your trade of the year. Brought to you by Tom Crown. Trade of the year. Here it is. Hopefully nothing's changed. I actually haven't really looked into XMR at all this year, but I have confidence not a lot has changed here. Monero. Finally, into yesterday and today, I have not looked at it. Entering our most recent long. Let me zoom out. For some reason, it's not there on the day. Here it is. Right there. 419, 420, whatever. Blaze it. Right here, finally, we watched this trickle down. We placed 420 when this was all the way up, heading for all-time highs. Again, knock on wood, Monero has back-tested cleanly a support. We have nailed this. This looks ridiculous because it was. We have stair-stepped this bad boy up. Of course, this is the highest entry of all of these, thus it's the most risky. It's just the name of the game. But here we are again. Interesting that it sold off on the first day of the yearly candle here. We have like a little doji. Money flow has looked stronger. This is not the strongest it's looked. I think what that means to me is this stop loss could be very much tightened. We had it originally down for like a really low risk to reward trade, like 1-to-1. Yeah, 1-to-1. Easily could be moved here to like 360. December's low. I think even it makes even more sense to try to like play it tight, maybe just above 400, just below 400. But I think this trade is still, I think it's still good. I was saying Monero all-time high before end of year. I was wrong. Dead wrong by 3.9%. I will never be able to make up for this dishonor. But Monero, what a beast. I hope it does continue this momentum into the year. We've talked about it many a time, saying if charts are going to kind of reverse on a macro time trend, like on a macro, into a new year is a great time for them to do it. Realistically, it's like the best time for them to do it. That's why taking a position right before New Year starts, I think, is kind of crazy. We can see Monero against Bitcoin closed above resistance from January 21, just slightly. Now we've sold off. That's obviously not ideal. Damn, I think it looks good though. It's had a lot of upside. Yep, tightening stop losses I think is the play. Could it be? Could we just go to all-time high now on Monero? Perfect test of the 50-day. 20 does maybe beckon lower. Don't love this RSI. These highs coming down, but that's been the case. Money flow still trucking up. That was my biggest complaint about Cardano, where it's at. Is money flow was bleeding off actively. Yep, I think Titan stops is the play. ZEC 527 proving to be the take profit that we thought it was. Seeing retracement could be a play soon though. 477 down to like 450 right here. If you're continuing to be bullish on ZEC, I'm kind of torn here. I still think XMR is the better play, but if you're looking for an entry, I think 470 to like 450 on ZEC could be longable, at least back to like resistance here, if not back to the high. Okay. What is Bitcoin doing? Nothing. Typical nothing. Bitcoin doing nothing. Oh, that was kind of a crazy wick that I missed. I say crazy wick. The candle closed literally 0%. Moved down 1.4% in 5 minutes and traded right back. That's silly. I see volatility kicking up on low time frames though. Chat back up. I got a little lost in the sauce again. I can't believe this was the end of 25. We do have a higher high on low time frames, technically a higher low. I don't really trust this breakout. I almost expect. I don't know if I could trust any breakout right now because I virtually expect a fake break, like whether it was to the downside or upside into this year. Like I almost don't know if I believe any price action that didn't include something like this, whether it's to the upside or to the downside. I don't know if I can trust price action if it does kind of what it's doing now, like this, and just like going up. I don't know if I trust that. I couldn't trust that. That'd be too much. Too much for my heart, man. You put us through too much shit. Oh. People are getting married to AI bots? I don't know. I mean, I say go for it, man. If someone's getting married to an AI bot, you don't want none of that. You don't, like, take them out of the pool. You know what I mean? Take them right out of the dating pool, out of the reproduction pool. Let them marry an AI bot. Just Darwin themselves out. That's cool with me. That's fine. We don't want them. We don't want them making babies. Please look at Tau. All right. Pull up. You can pull up Tau. I don't want to keep shotgunning charts though. I'll pull it up, but I won't look at it quite yet. Or maybe I'll leave it up for a sec. Good morning. Good morning, my friend. I don't know how to pronounce your name, but good morning. Dash is going to run soon. Dash was doing good. What's up, Dallas Peach? Looking to turn $5 into $5 million. Need some new shoes? Yeah. Shoes are very expensive now. You'll need a few million. Josh spamming AI. Do I speak Chinese? I do not. I'm sorry, my friend. I speak no Chinese. I didn't check ADA BTC. It's very interesting. All right, Darius, we can go back to that. Privacy coins have more leg up. I agree. For real. What's up, Quicker? Cheers, brother. Do I believe it'll be a bullish market for the first quarter? I do. I believe it will be. Especially closing down on the year. I think it's very reasonable. Where that brings us, I don't know. I would love for it to be back to all-time highs, but what? I think the low 100s is a solid place to look. If you're being real pessimistic, like 97 maybe. What is up? Indian Beast. What's up, Indian Beast? The Beast. The Beast. It's not doing a lot, is it? Appreciate what you do. Thank you, Uncle Robbie. Happy New Year's, man. Rethu Gold. Happy New Year's. Henny, good day to all. Good day to you. AI Robo Baby is for those who marry AI bots. Maybe. Probably not. Probably not. Ooh, one sec. Hold up. Don't go anywhere. Hit the like button. Subscribe. We're not done. Oh, the little package. The little package. Little package. You can't see any of it. You can't tell at all what it says. It's okay. Been waiting for this. This is the Christmas present I got for myself. You always have to get yourself a Christmas present. Mostly because I'm just really hard to shop for. Because I don't know. You guys are probably like me. If I want something, I just buy it. I don't like wait. And if it's something that I wouldn't do that with, it's not something that like I want, I guess. So I'm very hard to shop for. But I've been using the same Apple Watch. That is the OG Apple Watch. It's like the first series that you've seen me wear that they ever made. I don't remember what it's called, what number. But it is very old, like 2000. 6 years old. And so I decided to get myself a little Christmas present. Little work Christmas present, right? It's for work. For Apple Watch related work. Thick. It's magnetic. Whoa. Whoa. I know it's magnetic. The Milanese watch, something. Designed by Apple in California. God, I wish this was sponsored by Apple. Apple, feel free to send me stuff. That'd be cool. That'd be cool. For free. Nah. Apple's never sent me nothing for free. Let me see. How do I even get this out? It's also nice. You guys get that too? Like, you get packaging and you're millennial. You're like, oh, I should keep this packaging. It's so nice. But it's like, you're never going to do anything with it. I got to like set it up and shit, right? I won't do that live. Mostly because I don't know what steps are involved in it. And it might be doxy. Ooh, it's turning on. I don't even know how to put that. This just came right off. What? God, I feel like a boomer. You hand this to a young kid, they ought to figure that out instantly. Wait, what? This is right either. Why is it coming off? The other one, it would like lock in. Theme parks to accept cryptocurrency payments? That'd be cool. The old one, it would like lock in. This one, it can just like keep sliding, I guess. I don't know. I'll figure it out. I'm just going to put it on. I'll figure it out later. Connect your watch. Connect your watch to your phone. You don't tell me what to do. I got a line for it too. My other one never had like reception. It was just like connected to my phone. Okay, cool. I don't think that's on right. That doesn't look right. Yeah, I definitely need to look at the directions. Anyway, I'll just leave that there for now. Yay, I'm so happy. I've been waiting. I'm waiting. Don't tell me what to do, watch. Tarot. Higher low. You did close lower than April's low in the quarter. It's not great. It's what I was talking about with Solana. Solana made that close. I was very optimistic. It's already up 12% over the last two, yesterday and today. On the year, seems that we're just seeing an overall bounce. 285. It is not a comfortable price to be at. Right at October swing low. I will say Tau really held up a lot better than many coins in October sell-off. Certainly sold off. Don't get me wrong. But the low was held. 245. And then you rallied to a new yearly high with the rest of the market, which was unfortunately a lower high overall, not an all-time high. But that was decent. What I do not love about this is you've sold off under October's low, which is scary. And now you're right here. You've back tested it perfectly in this day. Holding on to this price point puts you pretty square at like 280, 285. Trying to figure out where exactly this would be. There's clearly a support tested here multiple times. Might be a little higher than 85 though. Maybe it's 300. Hold 245. You got a shot at that 300-ish area. Rejecting from here would be disgusting. Rejecting from 245, I think you're looking really quickly at like 83, 73, 83 down here. That's not great. Money flow is better than some. You got a higher low, at least at the moment. Does not look like you have monthly bull div or weekly bull div like you do on many charts. Don't love this. Don't love it. Do not love that. Right back to that wick, man. We are now 55 subscribers away from 200K. Let's go. Let's go. Daily like teasing that momentum rolling over. VWAP right up. A lot of coins have retaken their 20 daily moving averages. That can definitely be seen as a bullish signal just overall. Many coins have just been trapped below their 20-day. You see this across many of the charts we've looked at today, and then today's second green candle in most of their cases kind of like painted right above the 20-day. It's good to see the market doing that for sure. I don't want to make a call on Tau right now. This is just too close to that wick low. I don't like that. I want to see it retake that level and then move to like 300. It's too close for me. Too risque. Bitcoin, are you ever going to do anything again? I'm just going to go sideways forever. I'm just kidding. I know you wanted to look at ADA, BTC. I want to look at total though. To see how the year on the total wrapped up. Good job. This is like you have to bounce here, ADA. I can't believe you actually closed lower than that. At 393, that's crazy. Wow. It's hard to trust. Hard to trust. A lot of coins in this position. You've got this potential going on again, right? You've seen this kind of happen on the way down in a lot of charts. A lot of charts look like this right now. They're likely all looking to repeat this, or they're all likely looking to break out. So on 88 USD, I was talking about 48.8. It's like kind of the same concept as the USD pair right now. They're pretty mirrored. They're not really any different from each other at all. They're really the same. ADA is close though to making progress of some kind. Let's look for 460 sats. 460 sats probably. What just happened? Affiliate links. I don't know what's happening. Oh, there we go. 490, like 500 sats. Break. You need to retest and break the prior high. Then you can look for an inverse head and shoulders pattern, or you can look for like a runaway, bump and run, whatever, up to like 600. At the moment, this is not super interesting to me. I can understand it being heavily invested in ADA and watching it closely, and maybe you're even seeing things I'm not seeing. But I think it has some more upside. I just don't have any kind of compelling evidence that that upside is going to be a higher high. It's a wait and see, like a lot of the market is. Let's see it come back up here. Can we look at USDTD? Yeah, we can. We can look at the Ds. I want to look at total briefly. I really want to like chill on doing a bajillion charts for a second though. I want to just see what everybody's saying. Bitcoin. Where were you when 𝐂𝐚 hit 200,000 subscribers? Well, a lot of you might be right here. I want to say we'll just keep streaming today until we hit it. But the problem is like, we might stream all day and not hit it. New subscriber growth, very, very slow. Very, very slow lately for crypto live streaming. I'm going to put a pinned message. Ooh, what's up? 𝐒𝐈𝐆𝐍 over on Twitch. Welcome, my friend. I know it might be lonely over there, but there's a good crowd on the YouTube stream. Only 53 subscribers until 200K. So I can go. Here we go. Giga Bullish, as Tyler says. I'm bullish on Tyler. Love that guy. Everyone bullish? Everyone's bullish, Fahid? Who are you? Who is everyone being bullish? Log your in from your other account, increase it by 1. Hey. Not saying you can't do that. But we don't need to cheese it. We don't need to cheese it. We can do it with real subscribers. We don't need to cheese it. Because it's coming. No matter what happens, it's coming. Like, you ain't getting away from us, 200,000. You're mine. So we don't gotta cheese it. Don't worry. It will happen. I know it. I promise. All right. Total crypto market cap. Total was so perfect last cycle. It's already not perfect. Like, look at how perfect total crypto market cap was last cycle. It was like broke out, back tested its high perfectly, then reversed. Like, where the hell are we now? Like, what? We're already below that high. We closed below that high. I mean, look at like the yearly closes and open like 2.19 trillion. But we don't even have that ability. We don't have the potential to do the same thing at this point. Found support there. We went higher. It's so weird. What's up, Sleepy Mode? Landis Moss. Ravish Ankon Kumar. All the other subscribers. If you're out there and you haven't subscribed yet, we are now just 50 subscribers away from 200K while we're live. I don't know why that changed. While we're live, we could hit 200,000 with your help. Don't cheese it. But if there are genuine unsubscribed people out there watching, do it now. You can still be an OG at the Tom Crown channel. There's still time. Not a lot of time though. Very, very limited. Is relatively the same as Bitcoin at this point. They've been trading very close. 49 to go. That's it. I'm just going to update you every single time. Don't worry. I guess there isn't gonna be secrets on this chart. Sometimes it deviates from the corn a good amount, and you can kind of divine through the cards, through the tea leaves. But it's really close to Bitcoin's price action. Momentum on the week coming up, VWAP coming up, but money flow hitting a lower low off of a lower high is not what I'm hoping for. You got hidden bull div here, just like on Bitcoin on the week. Was it on the month as well? It's on the month as well. Monthly and weekly hidden bull div on the low. That's some hopium. I think we finished the retracement this month, this quarter. I think this month. Then we see what really happens though. Like the return to this would be the scariest point. Like we come up here and this is where it gets so scary. Cause it's like, all right, we've rallied. But if that's all we got, we are cooked. If we rally here and we keep going, things look really strong. They look really good. But if we could only make it back to like the 618, kind of like December's high here, then you just end up painting a lower high and you start looking very saggy. What's up, Mr. Minority Finn, my guy? 42 to go, baby. That's it. Only 42 people will ever be able to say they subscribe before 200K. Crazy. 4T for the right shoulder. Yeah, 4T. I mean, you know, it's like, it's all like a zone. It's all relative. Like, sure. I mean, realistically, it could even not go that high. You could do this, right? You'd say neckline was here. It was broken. There's the lower high. There are many ways that this could paint. New Apple Watch. How do you get this malaise? How do you get this to sit flat? It's not staying flat on my wrist. Oh, it's in Chinese. I bet our Chinese friend could help us. Well, I do attach band. I don't think I even did this right. And now I was like, I won't do this. And now I'm like, ooh. I mean, what side does it want down? I feel like these instructions are mirrored, which is a really weird thing to do. Why would they do that? Oh shit, I'm like actually silly. There's only one. I get it now. Wow. This shouldn't matter then. I'm silly. I just don't get, like, this part isn't sitting right. You see it? I don't know how you're supposed to get this to sit right, because it's like metal. I guess it'll like crease over time, but I don't get it. I don't know. I'm not baked enough. I'm not baked enough for this. DJ Tom, where's the music? Yeah, we could put on music. I guess especially if we want to kind of wait it out for 200,000. We only need 42 more subscribers. We already made 10 since I mentioned it like minutes ago. It was only a few minutes ago. We already got 10 more. We're going to blast there. Once people they're going to start FOMOing when they realize there's only 42 more people that can be in the 200,000 and below club. Let's put on tunes. Gotta make sure I don't destroy your speakers. Yeah, if it was turned up all the way, that would have killed you. What should we put on? Dubstep UNK, the channel, has so much music, but every time I listen to their music, I usually don't like it. Like, it's not that it's bad, it's just like I put it on and I'm like, this isn't really jamming. House music, maybe we go house. I can't find any like playlists. This is weird. Mixes. I don't want live. Best EDM. All right, let's do best EDM playlist 2026. I forgot we can do that now. Has to be from 2026. Best EDM, not play mix. I don't know. Mix 2026. There can't be a lot of them. Yeah, 3 weeks ago. Get out of here, you liar. It's not real. 10 hours ago. 2 days ago. That also seems like a scam. 1 day ago. Okay, let's try this. All right. All right. Not a bad way to start. Oh, oh, there we go. Little tunes. 39 subscribers left to 200,000. Only 39 people will ever be able to say they subscribed under 200,000. If you're out there, hurry up. Fake news. Real news. All right, we've looked at so many things. Bitcoin, the total. What else do we got? What did I miss? Has anybody like suggested something that was really good that I missed? Pickle. Fake news, Nate. Nate, stop spreading fake news, bro. Canton? What is Canton? Is that CC? I think I literally looked this up like right before the New Year's because it was on the top like 50 and I was like, what the fuck is this? Pepe. Pepe. No one's asked for Pepe. Yet Pepe is up 25% today. We are seeing what could be, hopefully not, dead cat bounces across the space. Nobody asked for Pepe. Nobody. Boop, boop. Can't believe nobody asked about Pepe. I think you guys are always asking about Pepe. This is not enough of the Pepe chart, Coinbase. That Canton thing. I'll find it. Yes, CC. I've heard 0 people talk about it. I feel like it cannot be. I feel like it has to be a scam, right? Just never heard anyone talk about it. It has a $5.5 billion market cap. I feel like I've heard this. I feel like I've, heard this before. Done this before. Some of these alts are getting real bounces, though. 𝐂𝐡𝐚𝐫𝐿. Thank you for the $5, my friend. You don't really care what the market's doing. You're still stacking. Salute to you. Always. Figured you say hi. You're typically working. Cool, man. I'm glad you can make it in. It could be a historic day for our channel. We are 39 subscribers away from 200K. Could happen today. Any other girls in this chat? Chunky chuckles of Doge. Good luck. Good luck. There are many other girls that are here, but I don't know about today. I haven't seen them today. I don't know. But I'm glad you're here. Happy New Year's. Weird clothes for Pepe. I haven't said Pepe in so long it feels weird to say it. I'm like Shibepeyoki. Elon Rocket. One, two, three, four, 5 months of red in a row. Now up 46% in a day. This is crypto though. This is, I mean, part of this makes me afraid because this is like what we would expect on a dead cat is big pumps where people are like, oh my God, it's so back. But it's like, bro, look at, it's done nothing but go down for months and months and months. You have like a day or two of big exciting pumps. And then people just like get caught at the highs again. Gotta be careful. Looks pretty good to hear. 7.2. Currently at 5.9. Looking for 7.2. Just gotta be careful. Looks like it's going back to the resistance it found after October. Kind of already is here in March. These charts have a long way to go. Can go all the way back to 1. Go all the way back to 1, right? Knock out a decimal. Can double from here basically and still just be under this trend line, painting lower highs. This is a dangerous time. Dangerous times though, typically are the times of the highest potential, the highest reward, the highest risk and the highest reward. The most difficult times, basically. Other crazy rallies. This is 25% in a day and 40, almost 50% over, well, since New Year's. In like 40 hours. Doge is up 11%. There you go. There you go, Charles, Chucky, and Chris Pax. Sui's up 10, Ondo's up 10, Shiba's up 10, Ina's up 10, ADA's up 8.4. Ethereum is up, I would say the most, Ethereum is up like the most market cap. It's up 4.5%. XRP is up 6.5, but half the market cap, not even. Interesting. Well, at least that prediction was true. That if we closed down, that we'd open to pumps. It looks like we're opening to pumps. FBTC, looks like it held 0.333 despite like looking absolutely atrocious here. Heading back to the high. I think this quarter is going to be spicy. We had such little spice last quarter, I feel like. Ethereum back to 3.333 probably. Ethereum can start to look really good though if it does retest 3,300. It can start looking extremely good. Even if it rejects from that level, you can just paint those lower highs and now you're eating away at resistance with higher lows. Maybe your 2,500's off the table. It's getting ahead of ourselves. We got a lot of steps to go, but getting close. Daily looks good. Higher lows on money flow. VWAP's up. Momentum's up. It's looking. It's gonna try. I don't know how confident I am above 3,300, but 3,300 looks very good for Ethereum. First few weeks, first few days in 2026. Let's zoom out like we've been doing and look at the yearly. How did Ethereum close? Like garbage, like everything else, like garbage. Closed down for the year below 2021's close, 3,700. Technically a higher high, but who's counting? 4,873 versus 5,000 is really not a higher high. Like you factor in inflation and it's a lower high. The yearly open, yeah, here we go. Very strong confidence. We see Ethereum trade back to 3,300. The yearly open last year, 3,300. It's his resistance. Heading right back there. 333,333. Going right on back, I think. Bring us back. Happy New Year's. Happy 2026. It's going to be better than 2025. I got it. I feel it. And if I'm wrong, I'll delete this tweet. And if I'm wrong, you won't remember because it's going to be 12 months from now. I truly believe it. Back to 33. Let's just see what happens, right? Start reversing around the 50 line. That could be worse. For the month, still just like Bitcoin, kind of just flagging pattern. This is looking better though. I can see this even just with like this week's price action returning to something like this. People stopped asking about Ethereum. For a while there, I was like, maybe we should just rename the streams to like Ethereum streams because everybody just wants to look at Ethereum. Now it's like sometimes. Kind of same thing with Pepe. Everybody was looking at Pepe for a long time. And they forgot. Yeah, XRP is at $2. Dude, TRX, what? Tron's not actually moving right now. But it looks pretty crazy. Look at this shit. TRX BTC, look at this. How does this not break to the upside? Like in what world does that not break to the upside? Against Bitcoin. That's crazy. That's crazy. Like what? Double, like a double top, huge higher low. It's almost, I almost thought this chart was inverted for a second. Like to me, this looked like October's sell-off. That's crazy. I don't want you guys to ever think I'm like shilling Tron. But dude, this chart has just been, it has been crazy and it's still crazy. It just has moved really slow. Like kind of popped with everything in December of 24 and then did nothing, like never revisited those highs for the year. But look at this, man, just like hell, lower high and I was holding a low again. I don't know how this, it's the same thing I feel like with Monero and Litecoin. They're not the same coins, but it's the same like with their charts. It's like, I don't know how these don't eventually bust out based on these huge time frames. Like this is insanity. And then you go to the Bitcoin pair and it's like, this is maybe even more insanity. Like, look at this. Look at this, like 340 sats. Just like bajillions of tests every time painting higher lows. You have like a double top at 460. That huge rejection did nothing. Did nothing. Just brought it to a higher low again. It just kept on going. This is insane. I do not have enough Tron exposure. I'm sure I won't get it. Sure I won't have enough if it does or whenever it does that. They're like, what? Just saw that on CoinGecko. I saw like the 7-day. I was like, whoa. What had the good? What had all the indicators I liked? Where were you? Do it this way. 33 subscribers to 200K. We can do it, boys and girls. If you're just tuning into this channel for the first time, welcome. Happy New Year's. We've been live on YouTube coming up on 7 years now. Probably be here 7 more at this pace. But we are 33 subscribers away from 200K. Never be able to say you got in before 200K here. It's a monumental moment. All right, where is this even traded? There's no index for it. It's on Kraken. Capital.com, what the hell's that? Oh, here we go. That's weird. That's the first time I've ever seen that. It has an index, but only... Wait, what? What's 𝐂𝐴USD? What the hell is 𝐂𝐴USD? 𝐂𝐴USD, what? I don't know what I'm looking at. I'm confused. People like Kevin O'Leary saying you only need Bitcoin and Ethereum. I feel like Kevin O'Leary has said tons of shit and just been like incredibly wrong about all of them when it comes to crypto. How many coins did he endorse that went to like 0? I don't know if they actually went to 0, but you know what I mean? Like just never did anything. I feel like lots of them. Okay, so these are equal. Binance says 36. Whatever this, the index says 18. I guess we'll go with Binance, even though I don't know. Let's see. Has a whole yearly candle now. Where did it open its year? Right there. 15.2. Eight, 13.8. Okay. Mm-hmm. What was the other one? It was like 18. Says not had a lot of price action. I don't know, man. This has traded since October 31st. So this is post that sell-off, post the October 10th sell-off. And it has a $5.5 billion market cap. Sure. Sure it does. Sure it does. I don't know. I feel like every time I remember a coin starting to trade and it's like in the top 100 or it's in the billions, like right away, it's like never. It's always just like shit the bed. Trade down to 6 cents. You do have, I mean, you just go and buy the candles, right? You can look at 13.8, 14 order block below the low. You can try again at 10 cents if that fails. And then I don't know, where would you even aim? Like Binance's high is a nice, it's like 158%. That's actually not what I would have expected. I'm not taking any of this trade. I'm not taking debt of that. You can like for a short, maybe in the same idea. Taking the highs, looking down. Something like that. We'll come back to this once it does something. What is this? Does anyone know anything about this? That's the thing. Are we still falling for these same tricks in 2026? I don't know. We shouldn't be. 32 subscribers. 32 to go. To 200,000. Let's make it happen. Look at this. Look at this journey. Look at his journey. Started this channel in like May, June 2019. 588. What was it? 1 year later, we were at 12,000. That's pretty good growth for the first year. They were at 36. I'm getting 24,000. We were growing exponentially at that point. We hit 100,000 in March of 24. There we go. 28 to go. Let's go, boys. We hit 100,000 in March of 24. Insanity. I never would have thought that we would beat Bitcoin to 100K. I never even thought we would make it to 100K. I don't really know what I expected. Now here we are. 2026. A year and a half later, and we're about to hit 200K. Whether we hit it live today or not doesn't really matter. We're gonna hit it. We're gonna hit it in the next few hours, regardless. Me, I'm trying to like stay live, but I don't know, man. I'm gonna stay live for hours and hours and hours and hours. We'll see. I'm doing my best. 29. Big times. Big stuff, guys. Big stuff. Can't believe we're beating Bitcoin to 200K. That's insanity. What's up, Compo? Thank you, sir. Bitcoin will be in high 60s or low 60s by the end of February, maybe March. That's a big sell-off, brother. Well done. Thank you. Thank you, Chucky Chuckles of Doge. Thank you. That's a big sell-off, man. 60K from 90. That's a 33% sell-off in 33 month or two. It's not impossible. Certainly not impossible. Bear market start with a 57% crash. I feel like expecting this bear market to look like the others is what I usually would do, but I think is going to be a bad bet. I don't know. The bull market was expecting this bull market to be like the last bull market was a really bad bet. Something in me thinks that the same is going to be true on the other side. Who knows what that looks like? I remain bullish always. Bitcoin has one trajectory. One thing has remained true. Bitcoin has moved up and to the right. I think that will still be true. Spent long periods of time moving sideways and down, but it always has resolved moving up. Top elites don't want the bear market. I don't know. I'm not convinced that like anybody really controls these things. I think the best way to think about markets is like a giant game of global tug of war. And yeah, like the elites and people have more pool. They have more strength than others. Not everybody is equal in that sense. But it's like billions and billions of people pooling in different directions. And I don't think one person really dictates it. I don't think it's that easy. I think it's largely unknowable. This makes con slaps? It always do. 29 to go. 29. Why are you always in the mood? Is the volume good or is it too low? I'm trying to play it cool. AAV up. Look at that. Not looking bad over the last 7 days.
Hey, Professor Beans. Hey, Bean Bean. Come here, Bobby.
Pepe is still the biggest gainer. Boys. How long have you been live? 2.5 hours. Yeah, feels like it. Feels like 2.5 hours. Booty. Nothing on the calendar. Bitcoin doing nothing. 29 to go. We could be waiting all day for 29 though. I do appreciate everybody tuning in today for the New Year's, for the almost 200,000 celebration. We'll hit it. It's not going anywhere. We're not going anywhere. I think the stream has been stable, which is a blessing. I think Bitcoin has upside in the short term. Probably as soon as I turn the stream off. You know how it does. Looked at a bunch of charts. I think that it's enough. I think it's enough. We'll hit 200,000. We'll hit it. We'll hit it next time we're live. Unless, I don't know, unless we sign off and it blasts and we go live again. Then we will during the live stream. But we'll get it. We'll have a little celebration. I don't know how we'll do it, but we'll do it. I appreciate you guys. I love you guys. 2025 sucked. Set the bar very low. 2026 can very easily exceed expectations in the way that 25 failed them. We're going to be here. Community's going to be here. We're going to go through it together, whether it's great or terrible or scary or exciting. We'll all be here. I appreciate you guys for that. Can't do it without you. Without almost 200,000 of you. You're all the best. I'm gonna sign it here. I'll see you guys soon. Make sure you're subscribed, liked, jump in the Discord, discord.gg/TomCrown. Check out our exchange partners in the video description below. Do it. Sign up. No KYC. It helps support the stream. I'll help you if you ever have issues with them. I will advocate on your behalf. And you'll get the VIP roles in our Discord. That's the best deal there is. We're going to be live at latest Monday, right? Monday? You never know. Especially with this new year, anything can happen at any time, and we will be live to cover it when it does.